February 2026, probably the hardest day that I've had in the last 4 to 5 years. I felt everything that I had built was just about to crumble in the palm of my hand. That same day, we did $130,000 in reimbursements. I had full conviction in the product that we had made. I was happy to put my face to it.
Wow.
I don't want to be a part of these Forex trading influencers. I want to be that guy that does things properly. My brother is actually, he's got a learning disability, which means he's illiterate. His savings actually got given to me. My mum trusted me with that. I blew 10K of that, which was like 80% of the savings that me and my brother had. I didn't tell her, of course. My mum had saved up for the day that I was born to the age of 18.
You were in Papa John's, right?
I was literally getting paid £3.60 an hour.
All these big influencers that were selling all of these trading bots, these systems are actually supplied by you, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people have to shut down their companies when these robots go wrong. How do you guys prevent that? So essentially in this video, we're just going to go through pretty much everything just about yourself. People want to understand the mindset, and people want to understand the system that you had to install in place in order to reach the level that you've reached with your system. Take me back to when you were 13. While other kids were just at school, what were you actually doing? What got you into that entrepreneurial spark in the first place?
Yeah, so to be honest with you, bro, I got my first job at 13. It wasn't more so that I had an entrepreneurial mindset. I was destined to go to uni. I was destined to have a job, and I was okay with that. I was accepting of that. And if that meant success for me, and I knew that I would be of somewhat success to myself, to my family, I was okay with that. I didn't want nothing major, right? But I got my first job at 13 because the circumstances that I grew up around just needed me to grow up much faster than others. And I was okay and accepting of that because I really and truly wanted my own money, pocket money, and I knew that working for that would mean that I would get that, you know? It was very that simple, and that's where everything sparked. Now, the entrepreneurial side, where did that get sparked? Where did that come from? Remember, 13 is a very young age, so
Sure.
I had been working for 3 years. I was 16 by the time no one my age has been working. But 3 years in, bro, I already realized that working a job is not going to get you financial freedom.
Yeah.
Although I thought I was going to be of somewhat success or whatever, I have done 3 years in the craft already and I'm still not successful. And I knew how hard it was. I was literally getting paid £3.60 an hour. I would get a raise to £5 an hour. I'll get a raise to £6 an hour. Like, it was not life-changing whatsoever. Yeah, I made a little bit more every single week, but it wasn't going to get me that house that I wanted, the retire my parents type of money, you know? So that's where everything flips. That switch flipped, and that's where I went into hunting mode.
And you were in Papa John's, right?
Papa John's, yeah. I was
Okay.
working in Papa John's,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a local pizza shop. A lot of people already know of it. But that's where everything switched. I knew that I needed to start hunting for ways to make money in ways where it would change my life and my family's life. Because my family was my priority. I grew up in a different household than usual people, and I knew that I needed to change that. So that's where it sparked.
Makes sense. Nice, man, nice.
Yeah.
And what was it that got you into the trading space in the first place? Like, what sparked that entry?
So right after understanding that working job is not going to get me anywhere, I jumped on the internet just like a kid would, you know, how to make money online. And probably even still to this day, one of the first things that you stumble across is trading. And luckily I took that up. Yeah, I bought courses, I've done the signals. I just went through the hard part and just stuck with that craft somehow. I don't know if that was by luck, if that was just written for me, but I stuck at the craft. And here I am today.
Everyone spends a lot of money on courses. Everyone's tried signals. Everyone's just, tried to place random trades here and there. How much money, first of all, did it take you to lose before you made it? Before you started actually becoming profitable?
Bro, I couldn't even tell you. Like, I had there was a certain time, right? You know, when you turn 18, you get a certain amount of savings given to you that your family had been building up for you. So my mum had been doing that for me and my brother.
Yeah.
And my brother is actually, he's got a learning disability, which means he's illiterate. So his savings actually got given to me because I was seen as the mutual. I was the man of the household at that time, as well as getting my own savings. And my mum trusted me with that. I blew 10K of that, which was like 80% of the savings that me and my brother had. I didn't tell her, of course, but I lost it, and I got to that low point before I knew something had to change. Like, I know the urgency, the more you're urgent in trading, the more you're going to lose actually. But yeah, it took me to lose 80% of my savings that my mum had saved up for literally from the day that I was born to the age of 18. For me to actually then start building up from there.
But why did you keep going? Because I know most people, they lose 80%, boom, man, like that's a lot of money. Depression starts hitting them. or did you just try to move on to another business model? Like, why did you stick to the Forex model and not move on to like e-com?
Yeah, no, don't get it wrong, bro. I done the dropshipping.
Okay.
I done the Amazon FBA whilst I was doing trading. But like I said, I don't know if it was written for me. I don't know if it was just by luck. Something just made me stick to trading. Maybe it was because every time I would lose, I would unlock a new learning curve in my character. It was like a video game. I would keep unlocking these things, and that end goal seemed so reachable to me because I've seen the people around me achieve it. That even if there were influencers and they were faking it, it still built my perception up to that trading gives you success. So I stuck to it, bro. That was one thing that I just stuck to, and I kept unlocking new learning curves, which just made me believe I'm getting closer to that goal. And when you feel like you're getting closer to that goal, you stick to it. Why refresh on a clean state with something new, you know?
So yeah, I want to learn a little bit more about Zenbot, right? More so your journey, because as you've explained to me already, you actually used to power a lot of trading creator systems. So all these big influencers that were selling all of these trading bots, these systems are actually supplied by you, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get into that in the first place?
Yeah, so again, another story, which is a funny story. So I actually bought my first trading bot, just stumbled across Instagram. Again, in my trading career, I tried everything. I bought funded accounts, personal accounts, I did everything, right? And that being trading bots. So I stumbled across trading bots and I bought my first trading bot off of this guy on Instagram. He had thousands of users. And when I say the product he was selling was garbage, like I bought the system and then I had to learn how to use it, which took me like 2 months. And then after learning how to use it, I would have to go through a phase of testing it on demo accounts. And then it would blow my demo accounts. And then I had no confidence, right? It was just like, bro, what was the point in buying this automated system if I have to do all of this? Is there actually a plug and play system? I searched, I bought thousands. They would work for a week, they would work for 2 weeks, and then they'll blow. And I just never knew why. And I thought, you know what, how do I create my own? How do I create my own? I've been in this game for years now. Let me create my own, right? For the fun of it. I then actually found a developer, and he was just on Fiverr. And I gave him some simple instructions. And funny fact, he actually found the source code of the bot that I first ever bought from this very big Instagram, right? So looking back at it, he scammed me because it's just a free bot online. So he found me the source code, and then I took on the source code, and you can actually see the strategy behind it. We actually done some tweaks to it, which actually improved it a little bit more. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a fantastic finished product, but it works for me for a few months. So I then started reaching out to influencers on Instagram. I said, hey bro, you've already got a trading community. Why don't you unlock this automated trading side? I'll handle everything. Customer support, the fulfillment, teaching them how to use it, running it, everything. So that's how that came about. We had a fantastic run with that, don't get me wrong. But it was to say I was a bit premature in that age of, I hadn't learned everything that I needed to in the automated trading space. Yes, it did fantastic, but also the performance of these systems did begin to drop. And to be honest with you, I wasn't going to make a huge success out of someone that I just found on Fiverr that, you know, that's going to take me to $1 million company of helping these influencers. So after working with them for
this was how long ago when you were doing all this?
This was about 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
4 years
quite
ago.
a while then.
Yeah, quite a while ago.
Okay.
I just stopped working with, and then I had to tell these influencers, look, morally and ethically, we can't keep providing this system to your customers. You know, it doesn't perform how it used to. Don't get me wrong, the users had a fantastic experience, but we can't just keep selling it now because I don't have any backups. I don't know how to improve it. I had to go back to the drawing board. I cut off all the influencers. We left on very good terms, very, very good terms. But then I closed down that side of the business.
So obviously when you stopped that, right, once again, it's like, yeah, you did well, but it's an obstacle, right? Like it's still an obstacle. Why did you come back again and then launch Zenbot?
Yeah.
Like, what was the shit for you?
Well, I saw what we did with the influencers. Like I said, it was a fantastic run. The users were extremely happy. Towards the last 2-3 months is where the performance of our systems began to degrade. And I had to go back and learn more about automated trading systems. I had to go back and learn how to improve, how to make sure that I knew I wanted to do this again. I just wasn't ready in that time, and we couldn't keep selling things because it's not ethically right. I knew that this business model was the one. I learned from these influencers that marketing is important. But the only thing was, right, I was limited to how much I was making because I was relying on these influencers to make sure that they were selling this product. I would see influencers not put the work in. I would see influencers not do the best at marketing. All of ththese little things I picked up along the way of my journey of working with these influencers. So I thought, So once I went back to the drawing board, I found a very, very, very developed trade. I found a very professional developer. He had been in the field for 20 plus years. He founded a company that was actually worth 40. It was valuated at 40 million, but some things went wrong with that system. With that company. But we then partnered up, and that's where we sort of figured and cracked the code on creating automated systems, how to keep them profitable. And from picking up these little things with influencers, I thought, why would I go back and work with them if I could just start my own thing? I had full conviction in the product that we had made. I was happy to put my face to it. I also learned the marketing side, what needs to be done properly, what these influencers weren't doing, and I just reverse engineered it and just done it way better myself, if that made sense.
Makes sense. And I know obviously we just launched the new bot, right? Apex.
Yes, yeah.
This has been a massive success.
It's
so much people,
Yeah.
you know, have been on board. Like it's really, really clogged up a lot of the company's time, right?
Yeah.
Why? Like, why did everyone jump on Apex? What's the secret? What's the stuff people don't know that are watching?
When you create something and build so much trust behind it, you can tell these people that trust you to do anything, and they'll run with it because they trust you with their life. And that's how I built my company. In the Forex industry, you know yourself, trust is the biggest thing. And that was one of my main focuses. Okay, the product side needs to be fantastic. Yes, I know. But if I can gain the trust of these users, provide them with an excellent service, no matter what I bring out in the future, they will blindfold their eyes and say, Arvind, do it, take my money, and I can trust you. And that's how this week, literally, all of our users onboarded and jumped onto our newer system, Zenbot Apex.
So like, what was the secret to having such a loyal customer base? Because like your Instagram stories, people are swiping up, because obviously I can see all the content that you're posting, right? Yeah. I see people swiping up. They love you. Yeah. I see people in the comments and they just love you. Like it's in the Discord is popping off.
Yeah.
Like, what did you do different from everyone else to build that trust compared to everyone else?
I'll be so honest with you. Transparency. Well,
okay.
The day that I launched Zennbot, I had one goal in mind, and that's to be different to everyone in the industry. I don't want to be a part of these Forex trading influencers. I want to be that guy that does things properly. Transparency from day one was key. If a system is performing perfectly, fantastic, I will show that. If a system is dropping off in performance, I will show that. If a member of the Zenbot team has come up with a new invention, I'll show that to the users. I'll show the users every little thing, even the behind the scenes of the company. I don't even know why, but more so because I just felt like they were my family. It was like just it's like building friends online. It's like, you know, when you used to play like Call of Duty or something and you'll meet people online, gaming online, you slowly become friends. Same way with Zenbot, bro. As soon as we onboarded these users, they became like my family. I share everything with them. What our next innovation is going to be, what our next feature is going to be. What do they want? Tell me what you want. I'll see what I can do. And I built that family and cult-like following through just the sheer transparency and the sheer difference between me and everyone else in the industry. Like, I don't like to boast or whatever, but like, I would like to think that I'm not part of that influencer category, you know?
100%. Yeah. And like, have you ever, I guess get to the juicy stuff, have you ever had a time where shit hit the fan? What did you guys do about it? Because I know like a lot of other companies, right? I see this 24/7. Look, even the concept, even the thought we were thinking about the thunder, God's listening.
Crazy. Pathetic fallacy. That's what they call it. Yeah.
A lot of people have to shut down their companies when these robots go wrong. How do you guys prevent that, and has that ever happened to you guys before?
Yeah, so I openly actually made a video about this in February 2026. In fact, nothing actually happened to our automated systems. They were performing fantastically.
Okay.
But a feature in one of our automated systems, which we integrated into our app, which is one of our newest innovations, where you can control the EA from your app, set the max drawdown in the app, the safety risk management features. One of the APIs weren't configured correctly. Now, I'm not going to say this was directly my fault. It was different compartments of the company, but I take full responsibility because it's my company. This actually caused a slight, so essentially what a risk limit is, for example, you can set your account to lose 5% max. Users will set whatever max loss they wanted, and it actually exceeded that. And it was not meant to. And that was the issue that we had in February 2026. Now, that was probably the hardest day that I've had in the last 4 to 5 years. because I felt everything that I had built was just about to crumble in the palm of my hands. Luckily, we handled it absolutely fantastically. Like, that's in the past, and I'm not
Like, your clients still love you. Like, why are they still there even though you guys obviously had this hiccup?
again, because they trusted us. We actually, that same day, we did $130,000 in reimbursements to trading accounts, to refunds, to subscription costs, which actually hit us for months. Like, we suffered from that for like 2-3 months as a company financially. But I was happy to take on
So
that
you
hit.
gave like the customers that lost, etc. You are actually like giving refunds and stuff.
Yeah, we reimbursed them. Even we was not even just giving refunds of what they actually gave money to Zenbot. There was users so for example, you can buy Zenbot, right? We was reimbursing them what they had lost that day. So it was even exceeding what they had even paid the price for Zenbot. But yeah, everyone trusted us because of those type of actions that we took then.
Wow. Raining. Oh shit. Who expected it to
It's
rain?
getting gloomy out here, bro.
It started lashing and they come, it's like 30 degrees. I don't even know why it started raining, but we had to change location real quick. We're inside now. Okay, you've told me about a time that shit went left, which is commendable, by the way, that you're sharing this, because most people would pretend. Yeah. By the way, I've spoken to so many people, man, that like, because obviously, as you know, like I work in the trading niche, I work with many coaches. Many coaches want me to help them scale their offers, etc. And a lot of these guys, the trick they do is they just launch multiple different new companies.
Yeah, they rebrand.
Right? Exactly, and they do it, they do it behind closed doors. They don't put their face out there. But that's something that you also changed recently, right?
Yes.
That's why we're working together at the moment. You wanted to build a personal brand, even though at the start, you didn't have the personal brand. What was the switch there for you?
I'm a businessman. I'm a business owner. I sit at my desk all day. I work on improving our company. I work on the back end of our company. I work on building our company. I wasn't so focused on building my social media presence. I thought it wasn't needed. But slowly, as time developed, I've been seeing a lot of people coming on board onto the social media space, whether they're a CEO, whether they're a founder, whether they're an influencer, that are building themselves on social media and the opportunities that they're getting on the back end of it. So I thought it's something that I should most definitely do and take my opportunity doing if I really want to get to that next stage.
So there's a business move to it as well, right? But ever since you did start with the personal brand, did you notice like any different type of connection with the clients that you already have at the moment?
100%, because they got to learn. Although they knew who I was behind the scenes anyway, because I was spending a lot of time with them in the Discord servers and chatting to them.
Makes sense.
But they themselves saw it come to fruition, my actual personal brand, and they knew that the content that I was creating and the stuff that I was talking about and the character that I was showing wasn't a lie. It wasn't a fake. It wasn't a facade that I'm showing online. So that I would like to think that I got more accolades for that, because they actually saw that I'm not changing myself for social media. So yeah, most definitely it did grow that relationship more stronger for sure.
Sick, man. Sick. So obviously we spoke about a time where it kind of went left and you guys recovered it very, very well. And I think the company right now is doing the best that it ever has. You guys have the most users.
Yeah, thank God.
Amazing. Glad to hear.
Yeah.
But people want to know as well, like so obviously I know the game really differs. There's a lot of variables, but how much do people typically make when they kind of join Zenbot?
So firstly, I want to go over sort of the way that we actually price a model. The way that we actually do Zenbot. Now, in my time, like I explained to you, when I actually got handed over my savings and my brother's savings, the account that I would always purchase was a 100K funded account. I thought that was the one that's going to change my life. I was happy with making 2, 3, 4% a month, because I used to make like $2,000 a month from my job. 2% on 100K funded, bro, that's replicating my job.
Yeah.
So I would spam by 100K. I would buy one, fell one, buy one, fell one, buy one, fell one, until I literally lost everything. So every single time you fail a challenge, you have to buy a new one, right? So the way that we actually priced Zenbot was, funny enough, it was just, I don't know how it came around, but it's a bit more, it's more sentimental value to me, right? I priced it the same price as a 100K account, really. And the reason is you only got to buy Zenbot once. It's not a thing that you have to buy and pay this fee every time you lose a challenge. You buy it once and you have access forever, sort of thing. So that's why, that's sort of the pricing model behind of it. Now, going on to your question, how much do they typically make? Now, it is a difficult question, because a user can come on board and use it on a 10K account. A user can come on board and use it on a 100K funded account, or they can use it on a 1K personal account. It varies. But one thing that I always guarantee is that they will see success with the systems. We've made it absolutely idiot proof. When I first bought my automated system, the first ever system that I bought, remember, I had to learn it for a month, try it for a month, demo it for a month. the reason I created Zenbot in an all-in-one platform is because you can come in, join the same day, connect to a system that's profitable from day one, and by day two be statistically profitable. Do you know what I'm saying? So it varies on how much everyone makes. We've had users make $40,000.
What's the most someone, like, what's the craziest story you've ever had?
So it's a sick feature. I've got, so firstly, a public story was this girl called Savetta.
Oh.
We've interviewed her. It's on the Zenbot YouTube. She made 20,000 euros in the space of, like, I think it was 4 or 5 months. She was a woman, firstly, a female trader. They don't really get much light shed on them in the industry. Secondly, she's not even a trader. That's what, she's not a trader. She's never placed a manual trade in her life.
Wow.
She actually owns what was it? It was a social media business, growth business or something.
Okay.
I can't totally remember, right? So she made 20,000 euros and she's never placed a manual trade in her life, and she's a female trader. Like, do you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Sick.
But there's thousands of other stories. So we have a feature in Zenbot which the staff can impersonate our users to see if they're doing well. We use this feature because we want to check on our users. If we see that they've had an error in setup, we'll go and reach out to them. Anyway, bro, there's people in there that have made like 70,000 euros live, and I've messaged them for interviews and stuff. But a lot of people want to keep their privacy. Maybe one day, but I'm hoping to actually get. I'm starting to bribe them, bro. I'm like, do you want money? Do you want access?
Well, they already raised 70,000 unless you're paying them more than that.
What do you want? Like, I just want to get you on an interview, show your face. It's nothing like. But yeah, some people want to keep their privacy, and I totally understand. That was me at the start, anyway. But yeah,
that's insane, bro. So this is an interesting question. Who would you say Zenbot isn't for?
Isn't for. To be honest, I've mentioned this multiple times, so I'm okay with that question. So Zenbot isn't for those who are here to chase quick gains. I'll be so honest with you. If you are here trying to make $1 million by next week, I've had people message me, right? They've connected a funded account and within like 3-4 weeks, they've been up like 4 or 5%. That's fantastic. You haven't even placed a single trade. And they messaged me saying, bro, I want a refund. This is too slow for me. I thought that it was going to be passed in a week.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be live by next week. Like, what is all of this? Like, it's trading isn't even for you. Not let alone Zenbot. Trading isn't for you. I've literally given people refunds and said, listen, brother, next time, just understand that trading doesn't work like this.
Yeah.
In all respects, the advice I'm going to give you for trading in itself, learn to be patient, and you might even see success without Zenbot, just trading alone.
100%. You have access to, obviously you've got 3,000 clients. So you're able to see so many different experiences of people using these systems. Well, as we all know, not all the 3,000 people are going to have a good experience, because a lot of it is that some people just aren't built for trading. What's the common pattern that you've noticed for people that just don't seem to make it work?
Yeah, this is again another, because these questions are so funny because I've seen these scenarios, right? Yeah. People think automated trading or Zenbot or anything is going to eradicate 100% of your emotions. Yeah. That's not true. I see this actually quite a lot even till this day. People connect to the system, they'll see a trade that the bot has taken, they'll be like, why is the stop loss placed that far? Why is the stop loss so close? Or they'll see the trade moving in profit and be like, why did the stop loss go to break even so early? Like, if you're going to question every single trade, why are you automating your trading yourself? You know, so I've had users actually manually intervene. So, so their trade it'll be in a trade, the stop loss will move into profit. And they think that the stop loss is way too close, close to the actual price in profit. So they'll go and move the stop loss back to where it originally was. And of course, you're going to interfere with the results. You're not going to get the same results that you're meant to, because you're not letting what we have created that is backed by data play out, right? So yeah, I see that quite a lot actually. Yeah.
Interesting, man. Interesting.
So it's not going to work for you if you're going to emotionally look at every single trade and intervene and panic when this happens, that happens. Just let it do its thing, you know, for a certain period of time. Yeah. If you need to run it on a demo for a month, run it on a demo just to gain your confidence.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess like at the end of the day, people, like, you had to gain people's trust in order for them to buy the system in the first place. So why all of a sudden have they lost the trust now? They want to manually intervene. If you trusted it at the start, flipping trusted all the way through the end.
Exactly. Yeah,
you know? So yeah, that is quite funny. Yeah. What's something true about Zenbot that you know costs you sales, but you refuse to hide it?
One thing that costs us sales actually is a lot of people message us and say, "What's the guarantee? Is there a profit guarantee? I'm only going to buy if there's a profit guarantee." And we will turn people away. We will say, "Listen, unfortunately, we do not have a profit guarantee. I cannot sit here and guarantee that you're going to make 100% next month or 50% next month. I can't, morally and ethically, I can't do that. If I did that, do you know how many more sales we would have made? We would be making so much more money, because a lot of people would be, it's a funny one. these fake promises, people actually believe them. I could go on to tell someone that, yeah, next month you make 40%, and they'll be like, wow, this is amazing. Can I buy now? Morally and ethically, we won't do that. We will never do that, because once you join into Zenbot and you use our systems and then you're unhappy and then you complain, then go through the refund process. Like, these type of things is things that we're not willing to compromise on. I will never sit here and guarantee that you'll make 40, 50% next month, whether or not if that means that you're going to join us or not. I'll be so honest.
Makes sense. You guys have some of the best results I've seen, and I've came across a lot. I've worked with a lot of bot companies. You guys have some of the best results out there. But why do you think some people still like don't trust, still don't believe? Why?
Again, so typically what I do sometimes is actually get feedback from non-users. I ask them, why have you not actually joined us? And I actually, to be honest, I agree with them. I totally agree with them. They're in an industry where they've bought a course or a signal or a mentorship that they paid thousands for, maybe even a trading bot that they bought thousands for, and it's gotten them nowhere. Like, there's so many scammers out here that will blatantly make you send them $1,000 and block you in this industry. And it's not like it's hard to find those. They're in every corner. So I 100% understand why these people are scared to trust someone else. But then I always say, just let us be the last person you trust in this industry. Before you go out, before you quit trading, just let us be the last person to restore that faith. And I can guarantee you, this is one thing that we can guarantee, is that we'll relight that fire inside of you.
Interesting, man. Interesting. And like, what's the common pattern that you've noticed with the best people within Zenbot, like the people that make the most money with Zenbot? What's the common pattern that you see between these guys?
Honestly, they are not there chasing every penny. I say this from time and time again. If you are someone who has got last £100 to your name, you're going to be so emotional with every trade that the bot takes. You're going to be so emotional with that last funded challenge that you buy. That one factor in itself can be the reason you fail that challenge. It's because it's your last £100. You're so emotionally attached to it, right? I was in that position myself.
Arvind, man, it's been a pleasure. I'm flipping interested in starting to use the bot myself. Like, so how do I get set up? What do I got to do?
Bro, we can literally, after this video, I'll jump onto the laptop, I'll create you a Zenbot account. It's so easy that you can log on and set up within like 10 minutes.
I'm going to make an update in 6 months and I'm going to show people the results.
Bet.
Okay.
Well, Andy, thank you, bro.
Okay, thank you, Ronnie. Yes.